I did share it with the team, and everybody is super excited, as you can tell, to learn more about it. I know that we have several people that already started their 30-day trial, and they started to set up their account. So I'm sure at the end you'll have a bunch of questions
Okay.
that need to be, or that people are hoping that you can answer, myself included.
Sure.
So I just want to first open by thanking you so much for taking the time to do this. We're really excited about it. But that's pretty much it. Everybody else, we've talked about it in our team page, and they kind of know the nitty gritty of Teamzy, and we're just excited to see your demo also.
Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm going to mute everybody real quick. Okay, you guys are muted, but if you feel the spirit move you and you want to say something or ask a question, feel free to unmute yourself. That's just for background noise, things like that. My name's Eric Johnson. I'm super excited to be here. I'm the creator of Teamzy, and we're going to do a couple things tonight. First of all, this is an opportunity for me to give you guys some advanced training. So I'm going to take you through a little training on relationship marketing, which is the philosophy and system Teamzy's built upon. Okay, to give you just a little bit of the foundation there. Then I'm going to take you into Teamzy. I'll show you how to set it up. I'll show you guys how you can connect with 20 people in 30 minutes. I'll show you how to turn those conversations into invites where we're telling them about the business or inviting them to the business opportunity. I'll teach you how to follow up on those invites like a pro without being annoying, and take you through the whole process in about 30 minutes of taking somebody as a prospect, having conversation, inviting them, following up, and bringing them onto your team. Okay, when I'm done showing you all of that, you guys are going to be so fired up and excited. Then I'll do a Q&A. You can ask me anything about the presentation, or those of you guys using Teamzy, you may have questions that have come up. Feel free to ask. I will do my best to answer all of them. Sound good? Okay. All right. So let me just jump right in. And I am recording this, by the way. The call is being recorded. So if you want to come back later and anything you missed or you want to go deeper on it, it'll be there. Okay, so you guys are seeing my presentation right now, how to leverage relationship marketing to become a power hour boss. You guys see that on the screen? Okay, great. So I'm going to take you through this really quickly. A little bit about my story. For those of you guys who don't know me, I know, Sophia, I know you saw me present the other day in another group. But I'm the creator of Teamzy. But before that, I've been a professional business coach and consultant basically my whole grown-up life, helping people build their business, teaching people some of the principles I'll be teaching you guys tonight. And like many of you, I stumbled into network marketing myself, just kind of because I found some products that I loved, and they helped really change my quality of life. And I was excited about sharing those products with other people. And so I started doing network marketing kind of as a side hustle. Well, as a business consultant, I coached myself, and I knew that if I only had a little bit of time every day, I needed to find a tool that would help me really leverage that time, which is kind of the beginning of the Teamzy journey as we started looking for that tool. So here's, oh wait, I'm sorry, I'm thinking I had different slides. So we went looking for the tool for network marketers that surely must exist to help people build relationships with heart in a systematic way, leverage their time, be super efficient, and it just didn't exist. That's why we built Teamzy, and that's why I'm here with you guys tonight. I built it for myself to use, and then it took off so incredibly fast that it became my full-time business, helping other people build their business with it. And we're excited about Younique. I know some of you guys, this is the first time you're really hearing about it. We launched Younique, I think, about 6 months ago, and it took off. It took off like crazy, faster than any network we had launched in before. We're in over 40 different network marketing networks now. And Younique was cool because we instantly had people all over Europe in Teamzy, and all because you guys are all over the place. It was pretty cool. Okay, so I want to talk to you a little bit about relationship marketing. What is relationship marketing? You guys may have heard this term. It's kind of a buzzword, and a lot of people use it different ways. I want you guys to know that relationship marketing is a lead generation system. It's a lead generation system. This is a system that initiates consumer interest or inquiry into the products or services of a business, a lead generation system. A lot of times people hear relationship marketing and they think, oh, it's just kind of like hanging out with your friends or being friends with people. But I want you to know this is a true business approach, okay? And the principle I want you to start with is this. Your business is not marketing cosmetics or skincare or anything like that. Your business is lead generation. You are in the lead generation business. If you were busy today in your business, but you didn't do any work that generates new leads, you did not work on your business today. Does that make sense? And that's the mindset shift I want you guys to have, is that your business is lead generation. Now, and what we want to do with that is initiate interest, right? Or initiate inquiry. Okay. Next principle is this. Deepening and developing relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. Developing and deepening relationships is your paramount duty as a business owner. If you go to business school, they'll tell you the duty of a business is profit. And I will tell you guys that if you recognize relationships as your duty, the profit is a no-brainer. So just to kind of bring these two things together, you're in the lead generation business. Your job is to meet people and develop a relationship with them. That's it, guys. That is the secret to business. Now, I'm going to teach you how to do it with a system so that you can't miss and so that people don't fall through the cracks. But that's the gist of it. Meeting people and building relationships with them, okay? What we do then is we turn relationships into advocates by investing time and providing outstanding service, okay? So some of these principles may seem really natural to you guys because it's the way we're built as human beings. But over time, everybody's going to become our advocate, okay? And we need to start looking at prospects differently. A prospect isn't just somebody who can join my team or somebody who can buy my product, but a prospect is also a potential advocate, okay? And an advocate is somebody who's excited about what you're doing and are telling people about it. Make sense? Okay. Next important principle. This is one of the foundational ones. Relationship marketing depends on trust. Relationship marketing depends on trust. In other words, if you're a jerk, this ain't gonna work, okay? Have you guys met people in this business who are not trustworthy? Unfortunately, it's true, right? And have you guys come up against the fact that that network marketing has a bad reputation? That people have kind of a bad stigma about it just because so many people have done it the other way. So many people have stepped on relationships to get a sale that people are guarded and a little bit skeptical about it. With relationship marketing, we focus on trust and we don't have to worry about that kind of stuff, okay? Because trust makes the work fun. You don't have to convince or sell people on things. You just get right to helping them when they trust you, right? Have you guys experienced that? Also, trust takes away the ickiness. You know, the ickiness, that's a technical term, isn't it? How many of you guys are super paranoid about being the icky salesperson? I don't want to be the icky salesperson either. Developing trust takes that away. Also, you get to go for yes. You get to go for yes. And this is specifically aimed at the network marketing kind of credo of going for no. The idea that you can crank through a list, just getting no's is great because it's getting you closer to a yes. The problem with that approach is when you're going for no, you're actually getting rejected by your friends and family and you're throwing those relationships away because they said no. And here's the question I want you guys to answer for yourselves. Did you say yes the first time someone presented this to you? Most people won't. Most people, very few people would, okay? But when you're building trust, when you're developing relationships, you're going for yes all the time because you're not pushing people to a decision right away. You're building that interest and you're building that decision along the way. Does that make sense? Okay. So how do you build trust? I'm going to actually teach you guys 4 things you can do to build trust today before I show you Teamzy. Okay, so there's 4 essential ingredients. The first one is chemistry. Chemistry. And I'm going to go through these 4 points quickly and then I'll break them out for you guys. Chemistry. The second is character. Character. The third ingredient is competence. Competence. And the fourth is consistency. Consistency. Chemistry, character, competence, consistency. All right. So the first one's probably the easiest. Chemistry is where you have common ground with someone. It's where you have common ground with someone. What is it about you they can relate to? Okay. And I probably don't need to go deep into this. The bottom line is it's hard to trust somebody you don't like. Is that true? Yeah. So we need to find chemistry. And the thing that drives me crazy, because I'm a social media, I just love, how many of you guys just kind of love going down your Facebook feed and your Instagram feed? I mean, wouldn't it be great if that was all we had to do? But it drives me crazy when I see people getting into the divisive stuff on there, dividing up, based on their opinions or whatever. The thing is this, guys, every single one of you and I probably disagree on something, true? But I bet we have a lot of common ground too. As business owners, your social media is your business. You need to spend everything you do on that finding common ground with other people. That's it. Make sense? Okay. 2, character. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you're relatable. Character is when you demonstrate how much you care and that you are relatable. I want you guys to notice something about my definition. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. Character is not something you have, it's something you do. And we, as human beings, we get so upset when somebody questions our integrity, don't we? You know, how dare you? Well, here's the thing you need to ask yourself. And I do the same thing. Am I demonstrating my care for this person? How would they know what my integrity is like? Why shouldn't they question it? I haven't demonstrated it. This is an opportunity for me to demonstrate how much I care, and then I'm relatable. Okay. 3, competence. Competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Okay, competence is when you demonstrate you're good at what you do and you're a business person. Again, something you do, not something you have. There's 2 pieces to this. 1, if I come to you because I need a consultation and I need to get the right products for my face, are you competent? Like, can you actually help me with that? Do you know your products? Do you know what you're doing? So as a customer, are you competent? Now, if I decide I want to join you in the business, am I confident that you're the person who can mentor me in this business? Are you competent? Are you demonstrating that? This is important, guys. And I want you to know, you've probably heard other trainers tell you that if you're not there yet, just fake it till you make it. Anyone ever heard that? Just fake it till you make it. Here's what I want you guys to really listen to this. Don't fake it. Don't fake it. Okay? This is about trust. You can't fake anything. You've got to be you. You've got to be real and authentic. The good news is you don't need to fake your competence. You just lean into the competency of your team. Look at the leaders on your team. If you don't know the answers, let people know. It doesn't matter because I'm connected to experts. Okay? When it comes to building this business, I'm going to plug you into the training that my team provides, which is unbelievable. They even have the Teamzy guy coming in for trainings. Training is great on this team. Competence is, right? Lean into the competence of your upline, lean into the competence of your team. Teach as you become competent yourself for your newbies. Teach your team to lean into your competence until they have their own. Don't have them fake it or pretend. Their friends and family know. And the same thing's true of your friends and family, right? They've seen every dumb thing you've done in your life. So it's going to take a while to build that competence. That's why you got to lean into your team's competence. Okay, so chemistry, character, competence. These are based on a timeless principle, which I'm going to give you right now, and then I'm going to jump into consistency. And it's this. If somebody's going to do business with you, they only care about these 3 things. They only care about these 3 things. Can I trust you? Are you good at what you do? And do you care about me? Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Are you good at what you do? It doesn't matter which order. Those are the 3 things. Can I trust you? Do you care about me? Or are you good at what you do? Write these down, you guys, because when you come up against objections in your business, they stem from these questions. Now, it might not be conscious, it might just be at the subconscious level, but if somebody has an objection about an ingredient in a product or an objection about the price, okay, maybe you haven't built enough trust. Maybe they don't know yet that you really care about them. You're just trying to get a sale. So I'm not saying that you don't need to overcome objections. You do need to have those skills to overcome objections. But understand it's a sign to you to continue investing in that relationship, okay? Next, consistency. Consistency. This is the worst one, right? If we didn't need this one, it would be easy. It would be easy if we didn't need this one. Consistency is the key to everything. It's the key to being successful. Actually, consistency is the key to being a failure too, right? Because we consistently do the wrong things. We actually do everything consistently in our life. It's just usually we're consistently doing the negative things in our life. But I want you guys to know this principle. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. People respect consistency and they desire it for themselves. Isn't this true? How many of you guys have had somebody say to you, I love what you're doing on Instagram. I love what you're doing on Facebook. It's so inspiring. Have you guys ever had anybody tell you you're inspiring? And have you thought about maybe what it is about you that makes you so special and inspiring? I mean, you put your pants on one leg at a time like the rest of us, right? What it is that inspires people is when you're being consistent, when you're doing anything consistently, and inspires them. Now, the cool thing is, how many of you guys have kids? How important is being consistent with your kids to build trust? It's everything. So as you're being consistent, people are respecting you And that is deepening your trust. The cool thing about it is not only does being consistent help you be successful, it makes other people trust you and it attracts them to you. It's like a win-win-win-win-win all around. That's why it's so huge. It actually is part of your marketing. Being consistent is part of your marketing. Why do I have to do this if I don't feel like it? I need to do it because it's part of my marketing plan. You with me? Okay. I got this principle from a great book I'll recommend to you guys, since I know you guys are readers and are doing your personal development. It's called Influence, the Psychology of Persuasion. Here, I'll hold it up. This is what it looks like. Okay, it's by Bob Cialdini. I call him Bob because his name is Dr. Robert, and I just feel like it's too formal, right? Bob. Anyways, for those of you guys who prefer video, he did a TED Talk on the same topic. It's awesome. But he talks about how consistency is one of the primary motivators for people. When we were kids, it was peer pressure, right? We wanted to be consistent with our friends, and that's how we behaved. As grown-ups too, we're attracted to people who are consistent. Okay. So let me ask you guys a question. And I know you're probably consistent. I know a lot of you guys are consistent about posting on social media, doing your amazing videos. I mean, since Younique came into Teamzy, I can't tell you how many tutorials I've watched on makeup and things like that. It cracks me up, but I watch them. You guys are very engaging. I know you're consistent doing those things, but are you as consistent with your relationships? The great Zig Ziglar would call this your checkup from the neck up. Are you as consistent with your relationships as you are about doing some of the other things in your business? Are you as consistent about actually staying in touch with people one-on-one as you are about posting on social or doing other things like that? Okay, and the answer is probably no, and that's why we're here talking to you today. But here's an important principle I want you to get. People won't believe you till they see you. People won't believe you till they see you. And what do I mean by that? You guys are taught how to do attraction marketing on social media and create kind of like a lifestyle page, and you're showing the amazing benefits of this career with Younique. And there are people watching, and they're really enjoying it. Some people will tell you that it's inspiring. Some people tell you they love what you're doing. But you know the vast majority of your people you never hear from. They don't like, they don't comment, but they are watching. And the truth is, guys, that a lot of them would love to come along with you, but they just don't believe you mean them because they haven't heard from you maybe since high school. Okay? It comes down to connecting with people and staying in touch with them. Relationship building is a contact sport, and that means that you need to be in regular contact with people. Okay. In fact, I believe you should be in contact with everybody you know all the time. But I know your time is scarce, so I'm going to show you how to really do it with leverage time. But here's a principle I want you to get. It's my last big principle before we jump into Teamzy, but it's an important one, and that's this. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Investing time and connecting with people is the only way to deepen relationships. Okay, I just want to give you guys a quick example of this. And then we'll jump out real quick and I'll show you Teamzy. So how many of you guys have ever received a note card from somebody? You know, like a card for your birthday or your anniversary from somebody that you love. And in that card, there was a lot of empty space and they wrote a handwritten message. You guys ever receive a card like that? I hope so, or somebody's in trouble tonight, right? And when you got a message like that, I mean, it has an emotional impact on you, doesn't it? That somebody wrote you that message. Now, let me ask you guys a question. After you read that card, once you read it and you had the emotional, the emotional touch, did you just crumple that card up and throw it in the trash can? Does anyone do that? Does anyone throw those cards away, recycle them or whatever? Or do you have a special place where you keep those? Like a drawer or a special box? Do you guys have a place like that for the cool cards? I mean, you know that when
a shoebox.
You get shoebox? We have a stack.
I have like 3.
Exactly, right? I mean, here's the thing. When people pass away, the most valued thing that the family finds are the letters and the cards, right? They have a lingering impact. That emotional connection is there kind of forever. And let me ask you another question. Have you guys ever received one of these? Look, I have one of these. I got this postcard. It says, happy birthday. You ever get a postcard that says happy birthday this one's from my State Farm insurance guy. Maybe the dentist sent you one, right? You know what I'm talking about? Do you guys get these? And this one's handwritten, though it's not really handwritten. It's just printed with handwriting. When you get you guys get these? Do these go in the special place? These, you have no problem throwing this away, right? What's the difference? The difference is time. The difference is time. When somebody wrote you that card, they invested their time, the most precious thing they have. Jeff Bezos' time is has the same amount of time as you. It's the most precious thing he has. It's the most precious thing you have. And by the way, undivided attention too, because do you think you can be checking Messenger while writing somebody a card? No way. It was undivided attention. It's so valuable, we save it forever. We keep it forever. Little side note, just a little side note for you guys. That's not what this training's about, but if I were to tell you the one marketing piece that you could give out for your business that people would never throw away, what do you think it is? A handwritten card. A handwritten card. I highly recommend you guys get some cards made up with your logo and your company name and write notes to people. Write cards. They will keep them forever. As long as you write something meaningful in it. In fact, in Teamzy, you log your Facebook message, your chat, your Instagram, your Snapchat, your email, and one of them is greeting card because we know how important that is. That's a little side note. The bottom line, though, is that you don't have to be writing. It's not just handwritten cards. It's just anytime you invest time in somebody, it's meaningful. Even when you send somebody a direct message on Facebook or Instagram, it's meaningful. Why? Because nobody does that. Nobody does that. Not too long ago, one of the top team leaders in another industry, another network, I sent him a happy birthday message, Facebook Messenger. Just a happy birthday message. And he responded back and he said, you know what? I got 300 posts on my wall today. You're the only one who messaged me directly. Isn't that nuts? People just don't do it. Guys, I'm going to show you guys how to use Facebook Messenger tonight specifically. That's my favorite way to message people quickly and efficiently. But when you individually message people, it makes an impact in that relationship. Does that make sense? Okay. Let me get back here and we'll jump back into Teamzy and we'll have some fun. I haven't even showed you the app yet. This is so great. All right. We did this one. So this is what you need. You got to have a system. You got to have a system. Loving on people is not enough. You got to have a system too. You need a way to stay in contact with all your relationships. Okay. Know when to contact them. A lot of people spend too much time planning their power hour and they don't get anything done. You just need to know, who should I contact today? Know what you're going to say so you don't spend all day planning your messaging, getting stuck in analysis paralysis. And you want to make sure that no one ever falls through the cracks. Has this ever happened to you guys where you're talking to somebody and they're excited about joining the business and then they say, you know what, maybe I'll wait till next month? And you say, oh, no problem. And then the next thing you know, you see they've joined, but with somebody else. Has that ever happened to you guys? They fell through the cracks, that's all. You planted the seed, you watered the seed, you put sunshine on it, but you just weren't there when they were ready for harvest. You need a system so that never happens, okay? All right, let me show you the system since we're talking about it. Where are you, Teamzy? There you are. Okay, so you guys see my Teamzy account. Okay. This is my Teamzy account. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to set this up. Now, first and foremost, for those of you guys watching this, if you're not already using it, we do a free trial of Teamzy. It's 30 days for free. We don't ask for your credit card, nothing. We don't want anything like that. We just want you to use it for 30 days, crank for a month, make a ton of commissions and money, and then stay with us forever. Fair enough, right? So if you're not already in your 30-day free trial, go to teamzy.com and start a free trial. Make sure you grab the Younique version, okay? And get in your free trial. Now, when you first log into your free trial, you'll be in the setup wizard, which helps you set it up. And you can go back to the setup wizard anytime over here in settings, okay? So here we go, setup wizard. I'll take you through this process really fast. So first thing, they're gonna ask if you want to get Facebook Messenger tips, which I highly recommend because you know you don't read emails, right? So this way you'll get messages during your free trial to help you out, okay. So what we'll do in setup is 3 things. We're gonna set an income goal. And then from your income goal, Teamzy will backward engineer it, tell you what you need to do every day to hit it, okay? We're gonna help you create a powerful why so that you remember what you're working for and aren't likely to quit. And then we'll get all your contacts into Teamzy so that you can be super mega organized and nobody falls through the cracks. Okay, let me show you how to do all this real quick. So first we'll set an income goal. Just put a number in here. And when you first come to this, it's gonna be an empty box. You can see I put 150,000 in mine, okay? This income goal is the amount of money you'd like to be, this is the income level you'd like to be at 12 months from now, okay? 12 months from now. Now, here's what I want to recommend to you guys. I recommend Even if you're brand new, I want you to set a 6-figure goal. Some of you are like, here's why. 6 figures is actually doable on a daily basis. It's still going to be less than an hour a day of work. Okay? It's just consistency is the key, you guys. Consistency is the key. How many of you guys believe, no matter what your fitness and health level is now, that if you exercised an hour a day and ate well, that 12 months from now you'd be in tip-top shape? How many of you guys believe that? Yeah, right? It's the same thing for your business. It's all in the consistency. Teamzy is built around the idea of the power hour. The idea that if you worked 1 hour a day consistently on your business, you can do amazing things with it. Does that make sense? So let me show you how to do it. So I put in 150. Now when I hit continue, Teamzy is going to give me an estimate. I need to reach out to 4,348 people over the next 12 months. Easy, right? I actually grew up in a town with less people than that. I'd have to go to everyone in town and then the next town. But how do you do a big goal like that? How do you eat an elephant? Does anyone know how to eat an elephant? One bite at a time, right? One bite at a time. So the next page now gives me a breakdown, and Teamzy is going to give me a suggested breakdown of how I should reach out. So I have 3 groups: prospects, customers, and presenters. And it breaks it down yearly, monthly, weekly, daily. So now I've got a daily goal. That huge number, 4,348, is now broken down to connect with 9 prospects every day, 6 customers, and 4 presenters on my team. That's 19 connects a day. I'm going to connect with 19 people. Now, that's a suggestion, and you can change these. I'm going to actually change this one to 10 because I'd like it to be an even 20. Okay? And then you've got 2 other goals. Invites, daily invites. An invite is when you're actually going to invite somebody to a business opportunity, to an online event. You're going to share products with them. That's when you're talking business, as opposed to a connect. A connect is just starting a conversation. It's just saying, hey. It's just trying to make someone's day. Okay? I call it the make someone's day mindset. That's what Teamzy is all about. It's about just making people's day, just getting things started, just letting them know you're thinking about them. Okay? And then from those 20 conversations we're going to try to start, we're going to get 3 opportunities to invite people to the business. And then ads, these are new people that I'm meeting and adding to my list every day. Okay, meeting them online, I'm meeting them in person, or maybe there's somebody I've known for 20 years and I just occurred to me and I put them on my list. Okay, but these are people I'm adding to Teamzy every day. So once you've got all these numbers the way you want them, once you click continue, your dashboard will be set up to your goals. So every one of you will have a different dashboard. It'll be based on the goals you set. Make sense? Okay, next step, finding your why. Finding your why. Now this is really important. In fact, it's something that we're really passionate about at Teamzy. It's really, especially me. I mean, you're going to see I'm going to go off on this so you'll understand. The bottom line is this, you guys. I think this industry is amazing. I see people's lives changed. Mine has changed. You know, I went from being a corporate guy to now 2.5 years now at home with my family building our dreams. I mean, it's an amazing industry. But so many people quit. Have you guys noticed that? They give up. They wanted to leave that other existence and then they go back to it. In fact, the statistic is 1 out of 2 will quit in the first year. How many of you guys have been doing this more than a year? Have you seen that with the presenters you sign up? They quit. Here's the deal. Human beings quit. We just do. We just do. We quit. We just quit. Now, there are times when we persist and become amazing successes. And the difference between those times and the times we quit is one thing. We had a reason to. We had a reason to. That's it. And when you hear people talk about you need to know your why, you need to understand your why, your purpose, your vision for your business. And you're like, oh, yeah, I know that. But how? How do I do that? Anyone ever feel like it's like mystic? Like, how do you figure that out? And I have to tell you guys, I mean, if I pan down and you saw my bookshelf, I've got about 10 books on it. And they all overcomplicate it. I think it's just because I need to fill 1,000 pages in the book. The bottom line is you already know your why. It's in your heart. It's just you need to get it up in front of your brain. Okay? And so we've put into the Teamzy Setup Wizard, we just put 5 questions. Just 5 questions to get your brain working so that you can start uncovering your why. This is important because if you have this in front of you, you're more likely to do your power hour. When you're more likely to do your power hour, you're more likely to hit your goals and you're less likely to quit. Does that make sense? I mean, a good example of this is would you, if there was a building on fire Would you go running into it for no reason? Like, let's say there was nobody in it and nobody was going to get hurt. Would you go running into that building? No way. But if your children were in that building, would you run into that building? What's the difference? The why. There's no question. Now, would you reach out to 20 people today when you don't feel like it for no reason? No. But if you have a reason, would you do it anyway? Yes. Okay, so let me take you through this, guys. I think I made my point, but I'll still make it 10 more times. I'm going to share my story just as an example. And obviously yours will be different, but you'll get an idea. So I'm going to go through these questions. Now, for you guys that don't know my story, I was a Beachbody coach. That was a network that I worked in. So we'll pretend a little bit that I was a Younique presenter, which will be fun, but you'll get the idea. So why'd you become a presenter? In my case, I signed up because I had products that I was using and I loved them. And people could see the difference. I lost a ton of weight. People were asking me about it. I was just excited about the products. I was already recommending these products to people, right? You guys have customers like that? How many of you guys were just customers and you liked the products a lot? That was me. And I found out that I could actually get paid for doing that. Well, duh, right? So I signed up. Next question. What do you hope to accomplish? I hoped that I could make $500 a month extra money. And I remember asking my sponsor, do you think I can make $500 extra money doing this? He said, yeah, I totally think you could do that. No problem. It's great. That's why I signed up. I didn't have a big lofty goal. I didn't plan to change my world. I just thought $500 a month extra money would be cool. It'd be worth the effort, right? Why is that important to you? Third question. And the reason why it was important to me is because I wanted to save it. I wanted to put it in savings. Okay. So just to give you guys a little background on what was going on in my life, I had been working as a business coach and consultant for real estate people. That's what I did for a living, and it was awesome. And the real estate market kept going up and up and up and up. The business kept growing and growing and growing. We kept helping people win. And then what happened? The Great Recession came. You guys remember that? What happened to real estate? It was the first industry to get gutted, right? I mean, it just got destroyed. And it was really scary, and in my company, we started laying people off like crazy. And eventually I was laid off too. And I know a lot of you guys maybe were touched by that recession in the same way. And it was really scary. We had small children. My wife was a stay-at-home mom. I was the only income earner at the time. And it was really scary to be laid off from a job that I loved. I think I was employee of the year I was laid off. So I wanted to save money. See, when that happened, by God's good grace, we made it through the recession by our fingernails. We didn't lose our house or anything like that. We made it. I found another job and we made it, but barely. Like, we didn't save a penny for almost 7 years, not a penny. So this thought of $500 a month extra, I just wanted to put it in the bank. I just wanted to put some money in savings again. You guys know that feeling? So that's what I wanted to achieve. Now, the next question, what would achieving this mean for you and your family? And when I was asked this question, I thought, what would I do with that money? The first thing that came to my mind is, if I could save that long enough, I would buy a new house for my family. That's what I wanted. We had a great house, but it was small. And as we had more and more kids, we were literally on top of each other constantly. When I started Teamzy, I didn't have a place to work. I left my job to work. So some of you guys, I don't know if you've gone on our YouTube channel and seen some of my old videos. I literally went to Home Depot. I bought a shed. Put it in my backyard. I put a desk in the shed and a Mac. It was close enough to the house to get Wi-Fi. I ran an extension cord out there and a fan, and I built my business from a shed in the backyard. I had no space. So to $500 a month in the bank, long enough, maybe we could buy a new house. That's what I was thinking. And even still, 5 minutes in, I went from whatever, I can make money doing this, to, wow, maybe we could get a new house. I was already starting to look beyond just kind of putting my toe in the water. Make sense? Now I get to this next question. Why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? Why is that meaningful? I got stuck on this one for a minute because I started thinking to myself, is buying a house meaningful? Is that meaningful? I mean, to me, it was, when I thought about it, I thought it's more of a materialistic goal, right? I mean, the truth is that people had smaller homes than this, and they had lots of kids in the 50s, and they were happy. Right? But when I started thinking about what was the meaning or how I felt about this goal, I realized this, you guys. I hadn't even thought about it consciously. It was just in the back of my mind. It was in my heart. It wasn't that I needed a new house. The house was symbolic. The house was symbolic of something that was missing from my life. The house represents home and family, right? And I realized at this moment that it was my family life that wasn't right. I was missing it. I was working all the time, never seeing my kids or my wife. In fact, I would get up in the morning and get ready for work. My kids were still asleep. When I left, they were just getting out of bed. Kiss them goodbye, go to work. I'd work all day long, come home. They'd already be done with dinner, and they'd be in the bath, getting ready for bed. That was my relationship with my kids. I'll never forget, my son was in kindergarten, and he always called me by the name of his kindergarten teacher instead of my own name, instead of calling me daddy. It made sense because he never saw me, and he was with his teacher all day long. And it broke my heart that this was happening. And here I was, highly respected, at the top of my career, and yet I hadn't been able to save money in 6 years. I just felt completely stuck. You guys know what I mean? And people would look at me and go, well, that guy's a success. But meanwhile, here I am stuck. I'm building a shed, dreaming about the future, and just stuck. And I realized, guys, this business opportunity was more than just a way to make a couple extra bucks. It actually was a new way to reach the goal of having the life I always wanted. And my career wasn't getting me there. My career, I climbed all the way up to the top, and there I was stuck. This was how I was going to do it. And this whole process, which literally took 5 or 10 minutes of thinking, brought me to realize, oh my gosh, I could do it with this. Okay. And then I was able to create my first why statement. I'm going to share with you what my why statement was. Just about 3 years ago is all that I wrote this, was this: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and full of energy. This was my why. Now, just from the setup standpoint, whatever you write in this my why box at the bottom of the page, when you click continue, will be saved on the dashboard of Teamzy. Okay? Why? Because I want you to read it every single day when you do your power hour. So this is why this is so magical. You guys see my why. Now, if I don't feel like connecting with people today, which anyone ever feel that way sometimes? Yeah, all the time. By the way, when you start using Teamzy, it may even happen more, because you'll get so much activity out of just a couple days work that you're going to start thinking, gosh, maybe I don't need to do this every day. I'm just warning you now, just keep doing it anyways. Don't slow that momentum. Blow your business up. Get overwhelmed by all the people who love hearing from you. That is a good thing. But there are days when I wouldn't feel like doing it, and I would look at this why statement and think, do I want to choose a life where I'm worried about money? Do I want to choose a life where I don't get to see my kids or my wife, where I'm feeling sluggish and sad about what's going on? No, I can just get off my butt for 20 minutes and connect with people. Are you guys with me? This why is so important. It's going to help you be consistent, and it's going to be hard to quit when it's in your face, because quitting means accepting the opposite, the dark why, the opposite of your why. Quitting is like rewriting your why to the negative version. Does that make sense? Okay. So there's my passion tangent. Do your why, teach your team to do your why, and you'll have less people quit. Got it? Next, last step, we're going to get all your contacts in. Now, getting the contacts from the back office of Younique is kind of difficult. We've got a video here to help you do it. They just don't make it easy on you, but it's doable. Okay. We want to get your first level people in, your first level presenters into Teamzy, and we want to get all your customers in. Okay. And if these instructions are difficult, I just want you to ask us for help, and we'll help you with it. It's easy for us to do. We'll get it done with your help. We'll get it done easy. Okay. The next thing that's really cool, I love this, is you can get all your Facebook friends imported into Teamzy. So you're not like going through Facebook Messenger trying to remember who you're connected with. It's all organized. Okay. Which is awesome. And by the way, you guys will get it from me. I love Facebook. I love it. I have a teenager who tells me it's lame. I don't care what he says. You know, the response rate on Facebook Messenger is like 99%. Isn't that crazy? For anybody who didn't believe that, just let me ask you a question. How many emails did you not open today that you received? And how many Facebook messages have you ignored today? Right? And some of you maybe have some in your box that you can't wait to answer after this call. So let's not fib about it. Okay. And then anywhere else that you have files, we're going to get them in. So let's skip that for now. And once you get all your lists imported, there's one more thing that you're going to do, and that's ranking. You're going to rank your people on a 5-star scale. Just like you're ranking a Netflix or something on Amazon, right? 5 stars. 5 stars is awesome. 1 star is not awesome. Okay? And the reason we do this is because the ranking will determine how often you talk to them. Okay? And why do we care about that? Because with relationship marketing, you need to spend more time with the best people. You have to spend more time with the best people, the people most likely to help your business. Okay? If you don't prioritize your time, if you don't prioritize your relationships first, you cannot prioritize your time. It's impossible. You have to prioritize your relationships. Otherwise, the turkeys will steal your time. Is that true? The turkeys steal it. They monopolize it. You have to prioritize the good people first. Let me show you how to do that. After you do I'm going to go to the team page in Teamzy where your whole list lives. See, the whole list is there. Okay. After you've done an import, it will automatically put you into rank mode, which you can get to here. Okay. Rank mode lets you just go down the list and change people's rank by clicking on it. So if I wanted to make Dominique a 5, boom, I just click on it. If I wanted to make him 2, I just click on it and just go down my list. Okay. This is an important step. Now everyone's going to be a 3 to start, and then you're going to rank them up or down. So don't worry, you don't really have to rank everybody. You just want to go through and really look for your 4s and 5s. Okay. That's to start. Let me show you what these mean. A 5-star is somebody most likely to become a customer presenter or an existing customer presenter that's a rock star. Okay, they're going to show up on your list to connect with, just to connect with and say, hey, every 30 days. Okay, to keep that relationship going and deepening. A 4-star is somebody likely to become a customer presenter with a little nurturing or an existing customer presenter who's a consistent performer. Okay, they'll show up every 60 days. Every 60 days. A 3-star, everyone starts there because a 3-star could go either way. They could go either way. They show up every 90 days. 2 stars are getting colder. They show up every 120 days. And 1 stars, they're on your list. You can look them up, but they're never going to come up on your dashboard. They're just kind of in storage. Okay. If you ever want to look at these numbers, again, you just click this little question mark next to all and you get that. Okay. So once we've ranked, now we're ready to rock our power hour. So I'm going to go back to dashboard so we can do this. Let me just give you guys a quick tour of the dashboard and then we'll crush a power hour together. Okay, so looking at the Teamzy dashboard, there's a couple things. 1, today's activities. These are the goals we set. These are my daily goals. Connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, 4 presenters. Okay? Yours will be different based on the goals you didn't set up. Dailies are just things to remind you of things that you got to do every day to be successful. Are you posting on social? Did you do personal development work today? Are you a product of your products? Did you take care of your body today? Now, here's the thing. You might go, well, I didn't do this today, and I didn't do this. And why should I, Eric? This is annoying that I have to check it. I want it to be annoying. I want you to go 4 days without personal development and be like, dang it, I need to do something so I can check that stupid box. You know why? Because it's good for you, and it's going to help you be successful. And that's what I want for you. You with me? Okay, who's up next? This who's up next part right here is the magic. This is the thing that makes Teamzy really special. This is what's going to make you the most organized person in the world. In fact, people are going to tell you how amazingly impressive you are when you're just following this system. Okay? So who's up next presents 4 lists to us. Prospects, customers, presenters, and follow-ups. They're all in one box. You just click on them to toggle them. Okay? We're going to start on the left, and it gives you 5 people at a time. These are the people that are up next to connect with. Okay? Only 5 at a time. Why? There's 2 reasons why we only give you 5 at a time. 1, we don't want you to be overwhelmed by your list of 5,000 contacts. 2, I know you're going to just skip people constantly and just connect with the ones you want to. This will force you to be focused and just do it, okay? I'm going to show you how easy it is. So let's go through here. First person on my list is Jay. All right. So you may have times where you look at your list and go, I don't really know that person. We're Facebook friends, or we met on Instagram, but I don't really know them. Or maybe I do know them, but we haven't talked in so long. This is going to be so awkward. Anyone ever feel that way? Okay, we've got help for you. I've put all these great scripts that work like a charm in Teamzy for you. So when I come over here, so when you look at this, the lists are on the left. On the right is the connect box. This is where I log my activity with Jay. Down here, you'll see scripts. Do you guys see that? Okay, so I'm going to click on scripts, and I'm just going to grab one for Facebook. So here's a good one. Let's see. Here's one. Hi, Jane. I saw you cross my Facebook feed. Thought I'd say hello. How are you? I hope your day is awesome. Guys, this script is designed just to start a conversation and make her day. That's it. I'm not trying to recruit her or sell her. Make sense? Now, I'll just copy that script to my clipboard. Now what I'll do is I'll go over to Teamzy. I'll look up Jay. Hold on, this big microphone's in the way of my, there she is. Okay, I'm gonna send Jay a message. I'm just gonna paste that in from my clipboard, real easy, and I'm gonna change the name. Actually, it's pretty close to Jane, it's pretty easy. Okay, now, you can just write a note in Teamzy. I like to just copy and paste this so I don't have to do any typing. Okay, come on, trackpad, there you go. Just because I like to be efficient. Okay, so I sent that message. I'm gonna toggle back to Teamzy. Now I'm just gonna log it in Teamzy that it happened, okay? There it is. And I'm gonna hit log connect. Now watch what happens. Jay's off my list. I've got a 1 on my scoreboard. Okay, next person on my list is Sophia. I'm gonna actually send you a message right now. Okay. So look, I can just send her the same message, let's be honest, and just change the name. You with me? In fact, usually I would just send the same message 10 times. That's how I would do it. That way I could do it really fast. So this is the same message. Saw you cross my Facebook feed, thought I'd say hello, how are you? Hope your day's awesome. Okay, great. Sent. Okay, and I had copied that real quick so that I could log it really fast without having to type any notes. Okay, and that was a Facebook message type of activity. Great, so logged. So you can see I got 2 done. Now I'll go to the next person, I'll do the same thing, the next person do the same thing, next person do the same thing, down until I get to 10, which was my goal. How quickly do you think I could do that, you guys? Now here's the thing I will tell you is that I could do that in 10 people, 10 minutes, easy, right? When I'm done with that, people will already be messaging me back usually. So just ignore that for now and go to your next list, which is customers, right? So now we're gonna connect with our customers the same way. And so again, if I wanna go to Hobie, I can go to scripts, and now I've got customer scripts, which is awesome. I've got some great scripts here for getting recommendations from people. I'll talk to you about that in a second. Here's one just checking in. How are you enjoying the, whatever product they ordered? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. Okay, these are just some basic things you can do to start a conversation. My favorite one, by the way, for customers is this one. And I'll give this to you guys watching this today. I want you to send it to customers tomorrow or tonight and just see what kind of result you get because it's phenomenal. It's just this, hey, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. Send that to customers and see what happens. It's amazing. Okay? Once people understand that you're there to care and take care of them, the relationships will boom. And when the relationships boom, the business comes in. Okay? But always put people before the sale, and you don't have to worry about sales. With me? Okay, 3 reasons why you need to be in touch, in consistent contact with customers. Okay? You're always going to get a little coaching from me along the way, not just how to use Teamzy. 3 reasons. 1, it's your duty. It's your duty as a business owner. Your duty is to serve them with excellent service. Agree? Yeah. 2, when you're in contact with people consistently, they will order more products. They will order more products. The people that are on recurring orders will stand them longer. How many of you would like to retain people longer in recurring orders? People who are in recurring orders will stand them longer, and other people will just order more. If you're consistently in contact with your customers, your volume will go up. If you teach your team to do the same thing, your team volume will go up. How many people like that idea? Yes. And this business is about team volume, right? Okay. The 3rd most important reason to stay in contact with your customers. Guys, if you're not taking notes, write this one down. The hottest and best source of a new lead in your business is a current customer. The hottest and best source of a new lead in your business is a current customer. People who are using these products and loving them, guess what they're doing? What do you do when you love a product? You talk about it, don't you? We can't help it. We're designed this way. We love telling people about things we like. That's what we do. Movies, cars, food, makeup. Hello. Every single customer you have that's happy is talking about your business with other people right now. If you want to generate new business in your business, you need to be talking to customers and getting introduced to the people they're already talking to. Does that make sense? How many of you guys were customers before you were presenters? That's the other thing. When people are loving the products and they're talking to people, they're your most likely new team members, even though they don't know it yet. Okay? So you got to be in contact with your customers. Does that mean I'm going to my customers going, hey, have you ever thought about being a presenter? No. I'm just saying, hey, can I make your day today? I'm just starting a conversation. I'm just staying in touch with you. And those opportunities will arise in the conversations. Make sense? Okay. So when I'm done with my customers, I'm going to connect 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I get my goal done. Now I'll go over to my presenters and I'll connect with my team. It's called Teamzy for a reason. I want to connect with my team and build those relationships. Remember we talked about investing time, how that's the only way to deepen a relationship? Leaders, please listen. Leaders and future leaders, because I know some of you guys already visualize yourselves as top leaders. Having a Facebook page for your team is awesome. Doing Zoom calls like this with your team, they're great. They're not a substitute for one-on-one connecting. Okay? And I can't even tell you how many people I've talked to who get teary-eyed just thinking about how it would make their day to hear from their leader, their upline, studly leader. And with Teamzy, it's easy. If you're just sending people a message, hey girl, I was thinking about you. Is there anything I can do to help you today? Or I'm proud of what you're achieving, or I saw your volume for the week. Great job. Just little messages like that. It makes people stay. And this is all about building your team, right? Then your business, then your life. That's what Teamzy's for. So prospects, customers, presenters. You're going to go through in about 20 minutes. This goal was 20 people, 150,000 income level, 20 people a day. It'll take 20 minutes to send those messages. Are you guys with me? Easy. Oh, it's too good to be true. It's just easy. You just got to do it consistently. Now, obviously your people are going to respond. You're going to have conversations. Okay. The next list are follow-ups. How do I get somebody on my follow-up list? You can see there's nobody on my list right now. How does somebody get there? So we've now connected with 20 people. We've sent out messages. I would expect on a typical day, at least half of them to respond, which means I'm now having 10 conversations, right? Messaging like a fiend, which is so fun. Hey, what are you up to? Catching up, having conversation, forming. You guys know what form means?
I'm sorry, Mommy.
Oh, I got a baby. That's okay. Forming is family, occupation, recreation, and motivation, right? It's just asking questions. It's just asking questions. Hold on a second, guys. It's okay. I'm going to mute everybody one more time. Okay, everybody's muted again. Again, you can unmute if you need to. So ask questions, form people, start conversations. Look for what's your goal in a conversation in Teamzy? Your goal is to help somebody. Your goal is to make somebody's day. That's your goal. It's not to recruit or to sell. If your goal is first to help them or to make their day, you'll find opportunities to talk about the business. As you're having a conversation with them, you're going to start having opportunities then to talk about your business and invite them to go deeper. Those are called invites. So let me show you how that works. Sophia's going to be my guinea pig. So I sent her that message, that was just like, hey, I saw you come across my feed. She's like, oh my gosh, it's great to hear from you. And we start talking and catching up, right? Now, most of the time, people that you're talking to are aware of what you're doing somewhat because they've seen your social posts. So they may ask you questions like, how's that thing going? Or what are you doing now? I get questions all the time like, so you really don't work at that other place anymore? No, I've been off 2.5 years on my own now, my own business. Really? Well, what's that all about? So we're talking, right? Yeah, it's been great. And so, people always ask me, well, how do you transition? And I'll just tell you guys this. When you're talking and asking questions, you're listening for wants and needs. You're listening for challenges, right? If they're challenged with never seeing their kids, then you talk about how great it is to be home with your kids. If they're talking about how they don't have any money, you talk about how, you were able to go on a free vacation with Younique. I don't know. You find ways to talk about that. But as I'm talking to Sophia, she's interested in learning more. And I say, look, Sophia, you know what? There's a great opportunity to learn more tonight. Actually, my team's doing an opportunity call. It's a Facebook event. I'll email you the link. You can just pop on and listen and learn. And then I'll check in tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Sound good? She's like, oh, that would be perfect. I would love that. Okay, great. So how do I do that in Teamzy? What I'm going to do now is I'm going to look her up, okay, to bring me back to her record because she's not on my dashboard anymore. And I'm going to click connect because I'm going to log this connect. Now, this connect was a little different though. This wasn't just a, hey, how are you? This was an invite. So watch what I'm going to do here. I'm going to click on invite and I'm going to change this from connect to opportunity call, okay? And then let's say I sent it via email, and I'm just gonna put a little note. It was an opportunity call. Okay. So now, before I log this, I wanna make sure that I move Sophia now to my follow-ups list, okay? If I don't, she's just gonna stay on the default, and I'm gonna see her again in 30 days. But when did I tell her I'd follow up with her? Tomorrow, right? So now I need to set a follow-up. Now right here at the bottom where it says follow-up, I'm gonna click that, and I'm gonna set it for tomorrow, okay? Now when I log this, you'll see now on her record, there's a follow-up scheduled for tomorrow. So on the dashboard, it looks like this. When I'm going through my list and I get to my follow-ups, there she is, okay? So remember, my goal is to connect with 20 people a day and invite 3, which means that every day I'm gonna be adding at least 3 people to my follow-ups list. So by Friday, I've got 15 people on my follow-ups list. Make sense? So here's how I work my follow-ups list. On Friday, I'm gonna do just like I did every other day. I'm gonna connect with my prospects. Say hey, make their day. Customers, connect. Presenters, connect. And then I'm gonna work my follow-ups list. So this is how it works. I'm gonna come in, click on scripts, just like I did before, but this time I'm gonna grab follow-up scripts. Okay, so follow-up number 1. Hey Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? Okay, now I'm gonna send her that. I'm gonna copy that and I'm gonna send it to her as a follow-up. You with me? So I'll just send her that message. Change the name. You with me? Now. See, she's already responding to me in real time. I love it. So now I'm sending my follow-up to Sophia. Okay, I'm gonna log it in Teamzy. By the way, you can do all this on your phone. I'll show you that at the end. You can be doing this on your phone too. So that was a Facebook message. Now the important thing here is that I set the next follow-up, okay? So I'm gonna set the next follow-up. Otherwise, she's off my follow-ups list. Gotta always keep her on my follow-ups list. Okay, so that's logged. So then the next day, when I come back and see her again, I'm gonna do follow-up number 2. Now, just let me take a second here to talk to you guys about follow-up. Because you've heard that the fortune's in the follow-up. How many people have heard that before? Okay, everyone has. It's like, yeah, it's like white noise. But here's the thing I want you to know. Did you know that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up? Have you guys heard that before? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and 10th follow-up. Do you guys believe that? It's true. You don't have to believe it. You can look it up. But here's the thing I want to ask you. How many of you guys do that? How many of you would say you follow up 7 to 10 times? I don't actually see any hands, but that's okay. And why wouldn't you follow up that many times? Well, the logistical reason is it's impossible without a system to stay in touch with somebody that many times. You lose them. You lose track of them. They fall through the cracks. But I know the real reason why you guys didn't raise your hand is because you feel like you'd be annoying if you did that, right? How many of you guys think that following up 10 times is super annoying? Yeah. And it is the way most people do it. I'm going to teach you guys, by the way, you don't even need to know this because if you just use the scripts in Teamzy, it's already got these principles built in. But I'm going to teach you the 2 principles for following up and never being annoying. You guys ready? First principle is this. Never ask someone to do anything when you're following up with them. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to message you back. Don't ask them to complete their purchase that they said they were going to complete. Don't ask them to RSVP already for whatever your event is. Don't ask them to do anything because that's when it gets annoying, right? Sophia, if I call you and leave you a message that says, hey, it's Eric, can you call me back? I have a question. That's annoying. Just ask me the question. We could have been done with this already, right? Don't ask them to do anything. That's the first thing to not be annoying. The second thing is this. Keep your message short and always send it in a written format. Always send the message in a written format via Facebook Messenger or text or something like that so that they can read it on their phone without opening it. You want it short enough so they can see it on the lock screen, like the notification screen, without opening it. Why is that? Because they don't want you to know they opened it because they don't want to respond to you right now. Do you guys ever do that with people? Yeah. And isn't it annoying when it's really long and you have to open it and you're busy enough that you want to see what it is, but you're too busy to respond? You just got to think like people. Now, here's what I want you guys to understand. There's a reason why it takes 7 to 10 follow-ups for somebody to sign up with or to purchase with anything, not just this business. But I want you guys to have a mindset shift real quick on this. Do you believe that this business can change somebody's life? I hope so. I hope so. Or you shouldn't have been staying with me this long tonight. If you truly believe that, is there a way to change their life without them purchasing their presenter's kit and starting the business? Is there another way to do it? There's not, right? So if you believe that somebody needs to make the purchase so they can begin the process of changing their life, and you really have a heart and love to help them, and you know that they're not going to 80% of the time unless you follow up at least 7 to 10 times. I want you guys to understand this. Following up is not something that's annoying. Following up is an act of love. It's an act of love. This is how you love people. If you want to change their lives, you have to follow up till you can get them over themselves to make the right decision. This is the action of love in this business. This is how you help people. I want you to write like on a sticky note, following up as an act of love, and put it on your computer to remind yourself of this. Okay? It's huge. And if you follow those 2 principles I just taught you, you won't be annoying. Okay? So let me explain to you how this is working. So we're going to go into Teamzy, and every day we're just going to go down our follow-ups list. It's just as quick as going through your connects, because you're going to go to Sophia, for example. I'm going to go to details. I'm going to go to activity. I'm going to see what I sent her yesterday. And then I'll just toggle back here. I'll go to scripts and I'll get the next one. Okay? I'll send her the next follow-up. Boom. Here's the thing, guys. When I send Sophia that follow-up, she's going to go, oh yeah, that's right. Oh, that's so exciting. I want to get into that, but I can't respond right now because the dog just threw up on the baby and I got to take care of that first, right? She's going to come up with a reason. It's not conscious, it's subconscious. See, guys, here's the thing. Your subconscious mind runs the show. Have you guys ever heard the stat that 85% of your actions come from your subconscious mind? How many of you guys have ever driven home from somewhere and then you get into your driveway and you think, how did I get here? Has that ever happened to you guys? Literally, your subconscious mind took over for you. It's designed to keep you safe. It's designed to mitigate risk and keep you safe. And the truth is that when I'm talking to Sophia, we're having a conversation. She's in my opportunity call presentation. She's excited consciously. She sees the opportunity. She's excited about it. Her subconscious mind, which runs 85% of her decisions and actions, is going, I don't think so, girl. This is risky. This is scary. Yeah, you hate your job and your boss is a jerk, but it's a job, it's a paycheck, it's secure. Okay, and this is happening beyond her even knowing. It's just in her mind. Okay, so when I follow up the next day, and it's short and it's sweet and it's positive and it reconnects, I want to reconnect her to the hope that she had, the excitement that she had when we talked for a split second. She's going, oh yeah, there's that. Oh yeah, I got to do that. But I can't because, and she'll come up with another reason. She'll just come up with it. It'll just be natural. Why I can't do it right now. But this is why we're not pestering her. This is why she doesn't have to open the lock screen and respond, because I don't expect her to. Guys, most people will not even respond to the first 5 follow-ups. How many of you guys get super irritated because people are interested and then they never respond? It's just crickets. And you take it personally, right? A lot of times in this business, people throw away relationships over that. I want you guys to understand they can't help it. They're on autopilot, just like when you drove home that day and didn't know how you got there. They're on autopilot, but we are starting to slowly reprogram their subconscious to accept the idea of the change by following up. This is why people purchase between 7 and 10 follow-ups. So every time they get that little message from you, that little follow-up from you, they're like, oh, okay. And that little positive feeling that they have every time is retraining their subconscious to not be afraid of this. That's why around 6 or 7, you might get people going, oh, I'm so sorry I haven't responded. Thank you so much for staying in touch with me. You're amazing. I really appreciate it. I need to take a look at that original email you sent and go back through the information again. You're like, the original, you haven't even looked at it yet, girl? Right? Are you with me? And that's where you really start having the conversation with them. Once they kind of get over that psychological hump. This is why follow-up is so key. And most people in this business give up after 2 or 3 follow-ups. I mean, those are the good people who follow up 3 times. And that is why, by the way, you will have cultivated a lead and given up on them and then found them on someone else's team. Has that happened to you guys? Because they just weren't there yet when you gave up. Make sense? Follow up is key, you guys. You got to follow up like a pro. 7 to 10 times, try it. You won't be annoying. Just use the scripts in Teamzy. They're super easy to use. You can change them up a little bit. You can save your own scripts in there if you want, but these are tested and tried relational scripts. Okay? People use them on me, and I think it's so fun. I'm like, oh my gosh, you just used my script on me. It's great. Okay, so that's how you do it. Let me show you how to finish Sophia off in a good way in my system. So now I've been following up with Sophia. She's finally got her presenter's kit. She's on the team. How do I finish her up in the system? I'm going to come in and I'm going to look her up again. Okay. And now what I'm going to do is a couple things. First, I'm going to log the sale by clicking sale. This is just so my statistics are up to date. Presenter kit and save. Okay. And then I'm going to move her. See, on member type, she's still listed as prospect. I'm going to move her over to presenter and then personally sponsored. Okay. You can put somebody in as downline, sideline, or upline. That's for friends or mentors or people that you just want to keep in Teamzy so you can build that relationship with them. Maybe they're not on your team. So some of those people you'll keep because hey, it's nice to be reminded every month to stay in touch with your success partner or whatever. Okay. So now I've moved her over. Now, next time I see her on my list, it won't be under prospects. It'll be on the presenter list. Make sense? Okay. So that's the process. Now, what I want to do with you guys now, and I know we've been talking a while, is open up to any questions you guys might have. And I'm just going to take a quick look and see if anyone put questions. So far, just good stuff. Okay. So if you have a question, just unmute your mic and ask away.
I have a question. My husband downloaded all my team and all, but he didn't put any emails in there. Can I go back and do them manually?
Yeah, you can add the emails. He might not have, well, here's the thing. I'd have to look at the data in Younique's back office, but one of those reports, I don't think they give you the email address.
Do I need the emails to communicate? Or that's not necessarily, I can do
ideally,
it through Messenger.
Ideally, you would Facebook message them. That's the best way.
Perfect.
So if you have their name and you can look them up on Facebook, that's the best way. You get the best response.
Okay.
Email is great for, I'm going to email you this link so you can take action, or I'm going to email you this information you asked for. That's great for that. But just connecting and having conversation with people, it's better to connect on Facebook, Instagram, text. Those are way better than email. Makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, perfect. Thank you.
Sure thing.
I have a question. Can you go back and change your why and change your, like what you want to make in a year?
Yeah, totally. Let me show you real quick. Yeah, anytime. Super easy. So look, if I'm on my dashboard and I just click on my why to change it. It takes me right to that page in the setup wizard. Okay. And whatever you change, you just hit continue and that page is saved and then I can leave the wizard. Okay. Same thing for goals right here at the top of your dashboard, edit daily goals, takes you right back to your income goal. Okay. And then if you page in 2 pages, you can get to that page where you can actually manually update your goals.
Okay. Thank you.
With me? Okay.
I actually have 2 questions, Eric. The first one is, do you have a like a walkthrough, kind of like what you did right now, but like one that we can refer back to later? And you know what I'm saying? Like if we need to find a certain area of Teamzy that we need better understanding in. And my second question is, I know that for a lot of us, we like to have accountability partners. And I remember you had mentioned, that you can set accountability partners. How much of that can your accountability partners see? How much of your Teamzy can they see? Like what do they have access to, I guess?
Great questions. I love those because you reminded me that I forgot to give you guys your action steps. But okay, before I do that, let me just answer your first one, which is this. Share screen. On the left side, you'll see Help Center. See that link? When you go to Help Center, you're going to find all kinds of tutorial videos on just about everything. Okay. Also some pro tips. Basic, the basic walkthrough of the Power Hour right here, the follow-up training right here. Also some deeper cut webinars. Okay. And then FAQs, all there on that page. One other thing I want to show you is the university. And there's actually training courses you can take in the university. There's 3 here that are free on how to write goals, how to uncover your why, and deeper training on relationship marketing. These are all in here and they're free with workbooks and everything. So you guys can send your team there to get deeper training. There's some really good content here on how to write goals if you don't know how to do that. So that's your first question. The second thing I want to share with you, and I will show you on the team report, how you can actually see not only your success partner stats, but also you can plug, Sophia, your team into this report and you can hold them accountable. You can go on team calls and you can see what everyone's done in Teamzy that week, which is pretty cool. Okay, I'll show you that in a second. But first, let me give you your action steps real quick, super quick, before some of you guys go to bed. We did this one. So first of all, get your 30-day free trial started if you haven't done that already. Okay, this is the best time to do it. It's the beginning of the year. Let's get after it and create some momentum. Next, I want you to choose a 30-day success partner to do this trial with you. So if you don't have a success partner, pick somebody on your team that is of equal motivation. They don't have to be of equal rank, but of equal motivation of you to be your 30-day success partner. Hold each other accountable to doing it. And then every day I want you, when you complete your goals on the dashboard, I want you to take a screen grab and message it over to your partner, okay? This is so powerful. You guys, my success partner in my business, she now works with Teamzy, but we used to message each other this and get hers at like 9 o'clock, and it would make me so mad because I'd have to go in and do my things, but it was good for me, right? Because it kept me going. And then I want you guys to do a 5-day challenge. 5 consecutive days in a row. I want you to connect with 100 people over 5 days. It's an average of 20 people a day, but I want you to do it every day for 5 days so that you can experience what that momentum feels like. You'll be hooked on it, which is a good thing because it'll continue growing your brand. Okay, how many people are in for the 5-day challenge? Let me see your hands, public accountability. There you go. You see all the hands? That's your pool for finding success partners too. Okay, so the other question that Sophia asked me was, how can I share that information? So let me show you a Teamzy. This is really cool. So on team report here on the left side, my team report, did I click it? Where are you? Come on, internet. There you go. So this is me, right? My name is Younique Test. This is me and this is my activity. So it shows you your own activity. And then you can add people to this list by sending the email, and they give you permission to see their stats. Okay, and this is what you would see. How many connects they did, follow-ups, invites, their percentage towards their goals, how many of their dailies they did, how many new people they added to their list. You'd see these stats. And you can change this from daily to weekly, monthly, yearly, right? You could look at the week, you can look at the month. So like you might do the week to do your team report. So this is how this would work. And I did a full training on this, Sophia. It's in the Help Center. There's a full training on how to leverage this report as a leader on the team. Different ways you can leverage it. But what I would do is I would say, who's doing the 30-day free trial of Teamzy, or who's a Teamzy subscriber already, who wants to be held accountable to going after their goals this quarter, and get all of those people on your team report. Once they know you're looking at it, it changes the game. And then on a team call, you put aside 5 minutes to pull up the team report. Now what it's going to do is it's going to show flames, the people are on fire, and then it's going to show little sleeping people with Z's coming out of their emoticons for the people who are doing nothing. Okay? So it's kind of a fun way to go, here's who's on fire this week, and here's who's asleep. Now, I'm not browbeating you for being asleep, but we're here to encourage you. Let's get after it this week. Make sense? So it's a real fun way to do that. Also, as soon as people know that somebody's looking, they do more work. That's just the way it is. Okay. Did that answer the questions? What other questions do you guys have?
I have a question. Can you hear me?
I can.
Okay, sorry, I'm at work, so I wasn't sure. So is there scripting for like making a new contact for somebody like me who doesn't have very many people on my friends list? Is there scripting like to help with building more friends?
Like, hi, would you like to be my friend? That kind of script, you mean?
Well, kind of, yeah. Like making, because I have my hard time is like just reaching out to people I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's hard for everybody. Is anyone like doing that? You can't see that. Oh, can you see us? I know you don't have your video on, but anyways, we're raising our hands. Nobody likes doing that.
Okay.
There's not specific scripts in there for that, but you know, some suggestions that I would give you, you know, just reaching out to somebody cold is hard, and most people aren't that receptive to it, right? I mean, you can do it, and I don't know if you guys are trained to do it. I don't want to step on any toes. For me, I couldn't do that, but one way that worked really great for me was joining groups on Facebook. Right? If you use Instagram, I don't know if you're a heavy Instagram user, but you know, you can use hashtags to find people with similar interests too. But on Facebook, I would join groups or create groups. And my goal was to add value in those groups. And that was an easy way for me to start connecting with people, because they would comment on my posts or they would thank me for my posts. And then I would friend them and send them a message saying, you know, thanks for your comment. I really appreciate it. I love meeting people that have like-minded, you know, then it was a way for me to connect. Does that make sense? And warm them
Yes,
up.
it does.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And now one other thing that I would recommend that you do is, if you can think of something that you can do as like a private Facebook group that brings value. It doesn't even have to be, you know, it can be very loosely related to your business. Okay. That's a great way to meet people. So I'll just give you an example. My business was health oriented. And so I did a challenge, a water drinking challenge, 7-day water drinking challenge. Okay. 7-day water drinking challenge. The challenge is drink a gallon of water a day and see how we feel. I invited my friends to join, and then I told them, invite your friends too. And I set it up so that they could just add people, whoever they wanted, to the group. So I did that group for 7 days, and I added 37 new people to my Teamzy list. Pretty cool, right? And those were people then that I connected with and that I continued to develop. Another thing that I did, which you guys could do, by the way, which is huge, is the no sugar challenge. You do a no sugar challenge. Hey, who wants to try doing no sugar for a week? These are, as cheesy as these sound, this stuff works. People will join the group and they'll add their friends to it. Hey, you know, hey girl, you want to do this with me? And then it's a way for you to interact and talk to people. And while you're in there, you can introduce yourself. Hey, just a little bit about me. This is what I do. I'm a unique presenter. I thought this would be a fun way for us to hold each other accountable on the no sugar thing, you know. But I also have this if you guys have any questions, you know. And then you can, you know, kind of filtered in. You don't want to get salesy in there, but it's a way to connect and add people to your list. Once they're on your list and you start connecting regularly, you start developing a relationship. Make sense? That's just something I did. All right.
Yes, makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, sorry, someone else talking. All right, I'll go. So you said there was an app from the phone that you can do all of this from the app?
Yeah, it's not an app, but it's a mobile website that works great like an app. Where's my cord? Let me plug in my. You guys, I got all these notes because I'm building this. I don't know if you guys, some of you guys are already in the Teamzy thing, so you see this boot camp thing that we're launching. Do I have a cord? Oh, I think I can do it wirelessly anyways. Let me see here. This new Face ID thing, I gotta like look at it just right. Okay, so let me see if I can share this via AirPlay. Oh, I don't have the plug-in. Okay, let me plug in a cord. Oh, my watch is plugged in there. That's the problem. I'll show you in a second. So anyways, it's a mobile website, but when you use it on your phone, it works just like an app. And most people are actually doing Teamzy mobile. Okay, so there, I got the plug in there. So you get to see too much of my office. All the messy stuff. Okay, so now I'm plugged in. So it should show up in a second. There it is. Boom. So there's my phone. You guys see that, right? So I've got Teamzy saved right there on my screen. There, you can see that little Teamzy dashboard icon. That brings me right to my Teamzy account. Okay. Oh, I need my face. Come on, give me that Face ID again. There it is. It used to just be my fingerprint. It was so much better. Okay, so there it is. There's my Teamzy dashboard. Okay, ready to go. And if you click that little box that I didn't have clicked, it'll actually keep you logged in. So you don't have to do that login part. So here we are. I can do everything here. I've got my next person I can connect with right there. Okay. I can even get to my scripts on mobile and get that script. I can copy it. right? And then I can toggle back. Now with mine, I could just toggle. Let's see, I don't have Facebook Messenger open yet. Let me open it so you can see. So I can just toggle back and forth by swiping. A lot of iPhones, you double tap the home button if you have that, but you can just toggle back and forth. So I could boom, copy, paste, boom, bam. It's so sweet and easy. Make sense? Also, this is great if you're out and about and you meet somebody, you just add them right to Teamzy right there. They're in there. You don't have to take a note, put it on a piece of paper or anything like that. With me? Okay. Cool. Any other questions? Okay. Here's my encouragement to you guys. How many of you guys are excited to try this out?
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
I have met people that are not on social media. And so I would have to send them either emails or talk to them in person if they're local.
Right.
How
Get
would
their
I?
phone number. Get their phone number and send them text messages.
Right. It seems harder than being able to be on social media.
It is much harder. The good news is that very few people are not on social media,
Yeah.
percentage-wise.
Maybe they just don't want to give me their information. I don't know.
There definitely are people like that. I come across them all the time. But there are billions of people who are. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But just get the best form of contact that you have. If they have a phone number and you can send them a text message, that's great.
Okay.
Sound good? If they want to get together in person, that's even better. I mean, face-to-face is better than anything.
Yes.
You know, what's funny is when people, you know, I always tell people, you know, I hate it when somebody calls me unannounced. Anyone get irritated when the phone rings unannounced? That's just the way we are now. But I'm happy to talk on the phone if we've arranged it. Like if we're messaging and say, hey, let's have a call, or can you call me tomorrow at 9? Let's talk more about this. But I've actually found that I do almost all my calls now via Zoom. Anyone else do that face-to-face? Like, you know, whether you're doing Zoom or FaceTime or something with somebody? Like almost all my calls now are done this way because people like to see each other. It's pretty cool.
It's easier that way. Like you don't have to like continue the conversation. You can like just be sitting doing nothing and like it's weird. Like it's still like an intimate moment where like you're sitting down watching TV with somebody. Like you can actually sit down and like do homework with somebody on FaceTime or video chat. Whereas like if you're just on the phone, it's like dead silence. And you're like, okay, well, I'm gonna go watch TV now, or I'm gonna go do this now. I'm gonna go, you know, wash dishes. Where like if you're on video chat, I'm just doing my dishes right now. Listen to this entire thing. Like it's so much more accessible.
Yeah. Well, 80% of your communication is nonverbal, right? So, and especially from the standpoint of not only what you want to communicate to them, but really reading where they're at, measuring their motivation as you're talking to them, finding out how interested they may really be. Seeing their face definitely helps. All right, so I need to get going. I got to tuck these kids into bed. But I want to say thank you guys for having me. I hope that you guys will take advantage of the 30-day free trial. A couple of things I want to point out to you guys. If you need help, where's Teamzy? One last time. If you need help with anything and you can't figure it out in the help center, we also have an awesome online community on Facebook. You click that to join it where it says community. But see this little help button in the bottom corner? Just click that at any time and send us a message. Our team will help you. We'll even do a one-on-one walkthrough for you if you need it. Okay, we'll schedule that. We'll get a one-on-one walkthrough. Someone on my team will take you through your setup. Okay? So I just want to say thank you guys for having me. I really, it's been fun. I hope you learned a couple of nuggets tonight. I hope there's some useful content, even if you don't use Teamzy. But my hope is that you'll come along. We'll help you build your business together. And I can't wait to hear your success stories.
Thank you so much for your time, Eric. I can't even wrap my brain around all this right now. I know that everyone's super fired up. So I'm pretty sure that I speak for everybody when we say thank you for your time. Thank you for developing this incredible tool that everybody seems to need. And we're definitely looking forward to utilizing it and skyrocketing our business. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And I will send you the link once I have the video rendered.
Yay, thank you.
Tonight or in the morning, okay?
Thank you.